This is all in Alkaline Lifestyle, guys. Please subscribe as you come in. Please subscribe. Please become a new subscriber. Thank you. Hey guys, I wanted to share this with you guys because it's very important, okay? Because your new butter could be fake butter. And this is something everyone have in their household, right? Right. Now, me personally, I don't eat a lot of butter, but what I do use butter for, and I make sure that it's real butter, is when I'm baking. So that's probably about the only time that I'll have butter on anything. It's in my baking. But I want to share this with you guys so that you guys can take note. And always read the back of your label of the ingredients. Is very important. And if you don't know what the ingredient is, Google it so that you can know what you're putting in your body. The real butter, um, especially from grass-fed cows, it provides the essential health needed, such as vitamin A, D, E, and K2. K2 is for your bones. And also, it promotes heart health, because of this is why you get checked for high cholesterol, things like that. It reduces inflammation and it supports the immunity system and aids with weight management, okay? When consumed in moderation. So let's begin, guys. Again, please hit the subscribe button as you come in. And I hope that you guys have had a great day. It's kind of just chillaxing today here in Florida because the weather is beautiful, even though it's not 88 degrees, but it's perfect for me. The wind is blowing. I'm alkaline, so I love nature. So let's begin, guys.
Isn't that it exists. It's the part that you're going to be eating it and you're not going to be told. Because on the label, it's still going to read butter.
It looks, smells, and tastes.
And let me tell you guys before we continue, on the label, okay, if the Food Administration says, the thing of it is with that, they could change out one ingredient, just one, as long as they have all the rest. And this is how they come up with the non-artificial production of any type food, such as, for an example, I think Kentucky Fried Chicken. It doesn't say. It's. I'll come up with a perfect example. Is what I'm trying to say to give you guys an example. But let's continue for now.
Tastes like the butter we're all familiar with, but without the farmland, fertilizers, or emissions tied to that typical process.
That's right, major food companies are already rolling out lab-made fat alternatives. And investors like Bill Gates and BlackRock are heavily backing this. And if history tells us anything, it's not about giving you more options. It's about replacing what already works with something cheaper. When they can make alternatives and create it in a lab, cut out the farmers, cut out the middlemen, cut out the real stuff, there is a lot of money to be made. And on this channel, we don't just look at the products. We look at the system behind it, because this type of thing isn't just about butter. It's about how food changes over time.
Okay, I'm gonna pause this here. Okay, he just please subscribe as you guys come in. He said food changes over time. Since when did food change over time? When you do use the same process, if you're doing it correctly by planting and growing without any chemicals or things like that. So uh let's continue.
And in this case, becomes not really food anymore. And most people out there do not realize this is happening. So what is this new butter? Well, let me show you how they're painting it on big media.
It looks, smells, and tastes like the butter we're all familiar with, but without the farmland, fertilizers, or emissions tied to that typical process. And this butter breakthrough, it's happening right here in Batavia. In the middle of an industrial park in a suburb west of Chicago, something unprecedented is happening. So you're using this gas right now to cook your food. And we're proposing that we would like to first make your food with that gas.
Did you happen to catch that? You guys are using gas to cook your food, but let's just use the gas to make our food. Like, eat the gas.
The company is called Savor, and you
One moment, guys. Did he just say gas to produce this new butter? And the name of it is called Savior? Wow, what a name. Savior? And I don't know if you guys know much about BlackRock, but you should Google it and do your research. Let's continue.
You better believe it. Their pioneering tech uses carbon and hydrogen to make the stick of butter you see on this plate.
This is pretty novel to be able to make food that looks and tastes and feels exactly like dairy butter, but with no agriculture whatsoever.
And no long ingredient list the average person can't pronounce.
It's really just our fat, some water, a little bit of lecithin as an emulsifier, and some natural flavor and color.
How?
Really, it's just their fat. Oh, by the way, their fat is made the same way I think petroleum's made. But don't worry, they're just going to put fat on the label, so you have no idea even what that means. And that's the way labels are turning out. You almost need to have some kind of degree to understand how labeling works, because you might think that you know how you're reading it, but you're not getting it.
I just simplified it. All it takes is one. Okay, like say for instance, like for a key lime cake, you need eggs, milk, orange juice, vanilla flavoring, and say if I take one of those ingredients out and replace it with something that's unnatural, you still could produce it as being real butter. This is what he's saying, okay? Let's continue.
Getting enough details.
Fats are made up of carbon and hydrogen chains. The goal here, replicate those chains without animals or plants. And they did it. They tell me to simplify. They take carbon dioxide from the air and hydrogen from water, heat them up and oxidize them. The final result,
It looks like a wax, like a candle wax at first.
but they're fat molecules, like the ones in beef,
Look how
cheese,
perfect
or
that's
vegetable
made,
oils.
guys.
But are they really
But it looks
fat
so
molecules,
perfect.
or is this some synthetic thing that they want to call fat and they want to call it food? In simple terms, it's lab engineered fat created through fermentation, modified oils, or synthetic biology. Instead of coming from cows, it's created in a controlled environment designed to look, taste, and function like butter. Now on
Wow, guys. What do you guys think about this? I'm just interested to know. And are you guys keeping up with all of this? Because it's just a bit much, guys. If you can start growing something, even if you have to become a vegetarian, not eating any meats or however, I don't know what it's gonna boil down to. But let's continue, and please let me know what you think in the comment. Thank you. Please subscribe.
On paper, from a business standpoint, sounds great. Lower cost, consistent, and scalable. That's the big one right there. There's a lot of money that can be made when you create the product in a lab. Does it mean it's real? Does it mean it's as good for your body? And that's the part that matters.
Oh, God.
Welcome to Wix Harmony.
Oh, sorry, guys. While this commercial, one moment. I know how to explain it to you now. KFC used to be called Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? Now they only use the initials KFC because they can't call it Kentucky Fried Chicken because something is offsetting, taking it out that it's really not chicken. You get it? That's how that works. KFC, name change when the ingredients change from Kentucky Fried Chicken, the original ingredients. Let's continue.
Switch ingredients because they care about your health. They switch because of cost, supply, and margins. If a company can replace real butter with something that's cheaper, scalable, they can produce it in a lab, has a longer shelf life, and most importantly, looks the same, tastes the same, and people won't notice the difference. It's not a hard decision for big mega corporations. And folks, we've already seen this happen before with seed oils replacing traditional fats, high fructose corn syrup.
And guys, what I really want to say is that you have a voice and you should use your voice, not for just bumping your gums, but you should use your voice to change laws. Respectfully, it could be done. All these things doesn't have to keep happening just because we're getting online talking about it. You have to be about it. Let's continue.
Replacing sugar. But here's where it gets even more different. You may not even know it's happening. It might be in your food already, and you didn't know. You weren't notified because, as we're learning, labeling doesn't always tell you the full story. If it says sugar, you got to do your homework and find out if it's real sugar, cane sugar, high fructose corn syrup.
He's right, because if it says sugar only, there's going to be a code number by it. So you have to Google that to see exactly what type sugar it is, or in any ingredients on the back of any label. Let's continue.
Cheap synthetics, because that label might only say sugar. And in this case, it's going to say fat. It's going to say butter. It's not going to say that it came from some crazy lab somewhere. If a product is engineered to behave like butter and legally qualifies under certain definitions, it doesn't have to say what you think it should have to say. So you walk into a store.
It's not funny, guys. It's funny how it's funny how he said it. You guys got to be on alert. Come on now, put the cell phones down unless you're doing it for educational purposes or to boost your nose and do's and don'ts. Because it's real out here in the battlefield, okay? It's safe to say it's not safe outside. Let's continue.
For years, same packaging, same branding.
Look
but
at the
inside,
name.
It's not the same product anymore. And
Wow.
this is the problem we're
If
seeing
you know, you know.
over and over. Been eating this for years. Never affected me before. When mega corporations get their hand on company and brands with good reputations, a lot of times the first thing they do is rewrite the ingredients line and keep the same reputable brand name. You guys know that, right?
And guys, listen, what you also should know is that this has been going on for years. And because I'm such an advocate, Go Green eater, and yes, I've not always did it alkaline 100 completely, but for the most part, yes, I've eaten this way all my life. I'm not a big sugar eater. I don't eat a lot of things that you guys probably would eat. I just don't. My grandmother, she was born in 1902, so it's to be expected. You know, I'm big on veggies, like healthy food, plant-based foods. Let's continue.
Let me give you an example. Brands that have sold out, this is what I'm talking about. Yes, I ate it when I was a kid, but I'm fine. Back then, it might have only contained milk, salt, and enzymes. Now your cheddar cheese ain't the same anymore. It's also got
See the difference in the
phosphate.
See the difference in the ingredients then? This is perfect, guys. Let me let you see this. Then and now. Look at the change. This is massive, guys. Wow. So this is what we're working with, okay? Let's continue.
Contains less than 2% of modified food starch, salt, lactic acid, aluracin, paprika, natamycin, a natural mold inhibitor.
The less ingredients you see on your label, the more natural. I'll make it short and sweet for you. Let's continue.
Additives, and the list goes on. More examples. I had it when I was a kid. It was just fine. It's not the same anymore. Sports drinks. Back when we used to eat bread when it was real, Wonder Bread used to
He said when it was real.
salt, milk, and butter. Have you looked at the ingredients line lately?
Check it out, guys. Look at this right here. Hi, guys. Hi. As you come in, please subscribe. Look at the ingredients. Let me go closer. Okay, this is Wonder Bread. This is then wheat, flour, water, sugar, yeast, salt, milk, butter. Now, look at the now, guys. Unbleached, enriched flour, wheat flour, multi barley flour, nice unreduced iron. Okay, yeast contains 2% or less each of the following: calcium, carbonate, wheat, gluttony, soybean oil, salt, dough. Conditioners contains one or more of the following: sodium, calcium. It's so much. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh, that's I'm not gonna. You guys can see it. I'm disclaimer. I'm not gonna read it out loud. But look at all this right here, and look at when they was making it back when. These are the only ingredients that they were using then. Let's say 60s, 70s, back then, even though I wasn't born at the time, but, and then look at this right here. Now. So guys, what I'm going to do is end it on that note, but I do want you guys to really pay attention to this. And this right here is a great example. Like I told you, the less ingredients, the more the natural. Don't make it difficult because I did, guys. Oh my God. I did not like turning over. Reading the lip, blah, 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 blah. But guess what? It's more beneficial for me to do that. And now I don't mind it. I look forward to it. Going to the market for me is like going shopping for you guys at a department store. I like that too, but I like this better because I have everything I need. All in Eggline Lifestyle. Until, thank you. And please, I thank you for joining me. Subscribe. Until.